Today has been a rough one. I woke up this morning with anxiety, and I'm glad I've got my wife around because it really helps being able to talk to her and be able to clear my head and be able to, have somebody to understand, where you're coming from and where your anxiety is coming from. And having somebody to talk to is important, and I hope you all have something like that. But we're headed out to the Rednecks. We're going to go work on some wiring for a few hours, and then we'll run back in and get some stuff done because I got to get some stuff done on that bus. So let's hit the road. All right, we just threw some wood on the fire. We are all stoked up. So we got us some nice warm weather. We got plenty of wood. We got all our wiring stuff over here. I'm going to go check in, see what he's doing on the truck. It's actually, we're in the little shed out next to the main shop. So this is what we're working out of right now, is this little building right here. Here's that other truck we worked on. There's the Corvette over there. And up in here, I think he's working on him a fuel tank. There's Amelia right there, working on a fuel tank. So here's the fuel tank he's working on. And that goes on the back side of that frame. So yeah, we're working along. Looks like he's getting that tank put together. Got to put the cap on still. We're working the wiring. All right, on this side over here is where we're actually going to have the wiring harness mounted. And let me show you where we got the computer mounted on that side. So we've already got the computer mounted up on this side. It's got a few of our relays and fuses on it. It'll actually get mounted up here in a higher section, and we just got to run a few wires across to the other side. No, that shouldn't be too hard. We got the harness basically done. We got to tailor up all the extra stuff that we don't have on the truck yet into the harness. So that's what I'm doing now, is adding all the extras. So we are reconstructing the column, changing out this piece. We got her bolted back together, and now we're sliding this thing through. Now we got to feed the wires. We got the wires pushed through on that. So now we'll just put the rest of the column together. Well, most of that's laying down here on the floor, and he's using that older wheel. He's using a van column, which makes it like a mutt between. So there's two different style columns. So there's two main different GM style columns. One is this guy on the ground. See how it's got the key in column. That's about 73, 72 and up. There's even older vehicles with it. This one does not have the key in the column, but it's a tilt. So it puts it in that rarer variety, and it's a short shaft. So it's got the short, narrow shaft. So I've never actually torn one of these down. It's like the mutt of between. So, because they used to have tilt, but it used to have the old style camshaft, or old style turn signal cam. So, random useless facts most of you don't care, probably. But I do. So, I got my powers. These guys right here, they'll plug up into the fuse box up here. And I got my signals done. Now I'm working on my grounds, and they got to go this way to my ground stud. So, let's work on that. Made a ton of headway on the wiring. So we actually have all of these ducted in on our relays, are all wired in. We got all of our switched wired in. We got this guy over here tucked up in and wired in. So we only got a few more things to wire. We were figuring them out over here on our little paper. So we got a few things left to wire up, and we'll be throwing it in there. He's been getting the steering column done. Let me show you that. So this is the wheel we're going to be putting on the truck. And over here, the column, we got her all together, all the pieces back in, and it actually works. He's getting ready so we can actually put it in the truck. We're trying to stay warm out here. We're going to go over and look at the fuel tank real quick and make sure that's looking good. Help him figure out where we're going to have the actual fuel nozzles coming out. to go back in the back. So let's go over there. So we are looking at our actual fuel angles for how our fill's going to go. That's the fuel tank for Amelia over here that he's building and throwing everything around. Everything in that is stainless, and he's been silly and welded inside and outside because he's like, I don't want it to rust, but he wasn't thinking about a baffle. Turn the corner. But, yeah, we're getting it figured out. He's going to put a baffle in there. Show him your welding lead. Take a look at this welding lead. He freaking melted the fuck out of it. And this TIG, it's a baby TIG. It's just a little guy. Just a little guy. But, yeah, he's got to probably have to change out his ground lead. Yikes. So we are going to call it a day. We got a lot of stuff done. We got a good chunk of the wiring done. Got a lot of stuff figured out. It's like 9 o'clock. Tomorrow I am working on the bike, so we're going to have a bunch of stuff over there at the other shop. So we've just gone to all the shops this week. Just making the full roundabout tour everywhere. Because this one is just, it's huge, but it's cold. Very cold. But now we'll be over at the other shop tomorrow. And I'm excited to be able to be working on stuff over there. And we're going to get those bikes hammered out. Got a lot of stuff done. Didn't see on camera, but I'll show you guys tomorrow. We'll get some cool stuff done. And hopefully we'll be shooting base tomorrow. If not, we're going to be leaving as we're going to get ready to shoot base on Tuesday. So I love you guys. Thank you guys for subscribing. And thank you guys for leaving your comments and liking on the videos. Really helps the stats and statistics and all that. And I just really appreciate it. When I see all the likes, it just kind of makes me have a big smile on my face. So I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow.